In level 4, we will be adding and subtracting rational expressions. So first we need to review how to add and subtract fractions. First, if they have the same denominator already, you don't have to find common denominators. But if the denominators are different, you always need common denominators to add or subtract fractions. So in this first example, since we have 7's in the bottom, I don't have to find common denominators. I already have them. So all I have to do is subtract the tops and keep the bottom the same. So 5 minus 2 is 3, and then the bottom will be 7, whatever that common denominator is. In the next example, I already have common denominators, so same thing. I subtract the tops and keep the bottom the same. So the denominator is just going to be 2x minus 3. But on the top, I have to subtract the expressions. So 7x minus 2 minus the expression x plus 7. I need to put x plus 7 in parentheses. And I'm going to have to distribute that minus to both terms. So now this is combining like terms. 7x minus x gives me 6x on the top. And then minus 2, and then distributing the negative is going to make this minus 7, gives me minus 9. And then on the bottom, 2x minus 3. Now, you always want to check and see if you can simplify. So we see if we can factor out a GCF. On the top, I can factor out a GCF. I can factor out a 3. 3 times 2x gives me 6x. 3 times 3 gives me 9. And on the bottom we have 2x minus 3, and then I check and see if anything can cancel. And I can cancel the factor 2x minus 3 with 2x minus 3 on the bottom. So those cancel out, and we just end up with 3 as our final answer. In this next example, we don't have common denominators, so we need to get common denominators to be able to add these together. So I need to find the least common multiple of 3 and 6. And the least common multiple of 3 and 6 is 6. So 6 is going to be my least common denominator. And the second fraction already has a 6. The first fraction has a 3 in the bottom. So I need to figure out what I need to multiply that 3 by to make it a 6 also. And I can multiply it by 2. So I multiply my first fraction times 2 over 2. And I don't do anything to the second fraction because it already has a 6 in the bottom. So this gives me 4 over 6 plus 5 over 6. Now I have common denominators, so I just add the tops together. 4 plus 5 is 9, and keep the bottom the same, 9 over 6. Now I always check and see if I can simplify. 9 over 6, those can both be divided by 3, so that gives us 3 over 2. In the next example, to get common denominators, we have an x on the bottom of the first one and a y on the bottom of the second one. So those are not the same. And to make them the same, I need to multiply the first fraction by whatever the second one has, and the second fraction by whatever the first one has. So my common denominator is going to be x times y, so it has both factors. So I multiply the first fraction by y over y, and I multiply the second fraction by x over y. That will make, or x over x, same thing over itself. That will make the denominator for both x times y. So for my first fraction, on the top, 4y times y is 4y squared. On the bottom, I get xy. For the second fraction, 2x times x is 2x squared. On the bottom, we get x times y. And now I have common denominators, so I can smush these into one fraction or combine them by adding the tops together, keeping the denominator the same. The denominator is just going to be xy. Adding the tops, we get 4y squared plus 2x squared. and we check and see if we can simplify that at all. On the top, I could factor out a 2, but that won't help me simplify, so I'm not going to bother, and I just leave it like that. That's my final answer.